So meet Roger Daltrey. Who is he? He's a member of Who from my generation. It's my understanding that he has got some hearing loss and some issues with eyesight. I don't know any details on that, but let's see if any of that shows up when we read his face. So from a face shape, he's shaped like a bucket. A very common face. The two most common faces are going to be iron, very square, and bucket, which is what I am. So bucket faces, they like to put things in a bucket. They enjoy the process of thinking, tend to be thought leaders, very analytical, tend to be quite intelligent. And then we like to look at the right and left eye. The right eye is what we show to the world. It's our public persona. It's our mother's influence. The left is our true inner private self. It's our father's influence. When we look at that right eye and cover up that left, very focused, actually hyper-focused. When we cover up the right eye and look at the left, I see some anger there. Not uncommon. We all tend to internalize anger, so I don't look at this as a very huge issue. So my opening statement on him, before we get into some very specific details, is he has a very strong constitution. We can tell that by the eyebrows. If you look at a young version of him, eyebrows are very, very thick. This indicates a very strong constitution. You don't get this, you inherit this. So this is a blessing and a curse. The blessing is he's got a really strong body. The curse is he can push his body way past its physical limits. Those of us that have a strong constitution, we don't have an early warning mechanism that says we're screwing up. So we can do things to our body that someone with a weaker constitution can't do. Chances are he did some things to his system that may have been unhealthy, but he wasn't aware of it simply because he had such a strong body. I make that point because underneath his eyes, you notice the puffiness that's there. It wasn't there when he was younger. It's pretty dramatic right now. So this indicates a kidney deficiency. Quite ironically, in traditional Chinese medicine, the kidney governs bone, but it also governs ears and the function of hearing. It is not uncommon for rock stars to have hearing issues later in life simply because they don't protect their ears. That may have just been his strong constitution. He's, I'm fine. I don't need something to protect my ears. And in all essence, he did. The liver controls eyes. And he doesn't have strong liver indicators. There's a little bit. That's that little crease between his eyebrows. The liver, because it governs eyes, I'm always concerned that some toxicity could come into play and the eye function of seeing could be affected. My guess is, looking at his eyes, his left eye is the one that's going south if he's losing sight. Hopefully it's not in both eyes. That would be an uncomfortable thing. His eyes are also unequal size. This indicates he's a little emotionally guarded. He's very scrutinizing, or there's some degeneration going on in an eye. So from an overall standpoint, his weakest link may be his strongest attribute, and that is his strong constitution. He simply did not have an early warning mechanism that says he's screwing up. And that can manifest itself in all kinds of things later in life. So that is Roger Daltrey of The Who. Hope you enjoyed meeting Roger and hope he gets well. Just enjoyed his music. We're asked over and over and over again, can you read my face? The answer is yes. Matter of fact, I'd love to read your face. All you got to do is go to WTFWhyTheFace.com. Now, there's several options there. It's not a costly thing to do. First option is I can simply give you a written report. It'll be 7-8 pages long. I will read your face. I will go over psychological aspects, traits that are positive, traits that are negative, also some health issues. That is one fee. The second option is you'll also get a 7-8 page written report. Plus, I will physically call you. Questions will come up. I usually spend 30 to 60 minutes on the phone with you. Obviously, it's a little higher price because it's going to be more time involved. But a lot of questions will come up and you'll say, okay, I got that. But what does that really mean? And I can kind of explain a little more in depth. The third option is, again, 7 to 8 pages. I'll call you. But we can also discuss some options. If there's some things that you're concerned with, we can kind of point you in a direction. I can't physically treat you, but I can certainly make some suggestions. When you talk to your own doctor, pay attention to this or whatever it might be. So if you're interested, please upload your faces and we will be happy to read them for you. Would love to do it.